What if I told you that the key to unlocking a huge part of English fluency isn't about learning thousands of rare words, but about deeply mastering just one? Okay, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to zero in on the single most fundamental word in the entire language. So let me ask you, what do you think it is? What's the first thing that pops into your head? A big verb, like be? Maybe a simple connector, like and? Or something, profound, like love? A lot of people guess those kinds of words, but I'm willing to bet the real answer is not what you're thinking at all. All right, ready for it? The answer is the. Yep, that's it. That tiny little three-letter word. Sometimes it sounds like the, sometimes the. We see it and use it all the time without even thinking. And look, I know what you might be thinking. That's too simple. How can that be the most important word? But trust me on this. Stick with me because we're about to see how this word is pretty much the secret engine that makes English communication work. No, this isn't just my opinion, by the way. This is a cold, hard fact, backed by a ton of data. The is number one for a reason, a really powerful one. So let's take a look at the proof. Okay, so check this out. There's this massive study, the Frequency Dictionary of Contemporary American English, where they analyze just an insane amount of text and speech. And guess what? The word the showed up over 20 million times. Just think about that number for a second. It completely blows every other word out of the water. Okay, so technically, the word the is called an article. But here's the really cool part. It's not just that it's number one, it's how it's number one. It's used everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're reading a novel, a newspaper, an academic paper, or just chatting with a friend. The is always there. It's completely woven into the fabric of the language. So, okay, it's everywhere. But what is it actually doing? Well, it has one single super crucial job. And here's the best way to think about it. The isn't really a describing word, it's a pointing word. Its whole purpose is to point at something specific for the person you're talking to. Let's see this in action, because this is where it all clicks. If I say I saw a dog, I could be talking about any of the billions of dogs on the planet, right? It's just a general idea. But the moment I say I saw the dog, everything changes. Now we both know exactly which dog I mean. Maybe it's the one that always barks next door, or the one we were just talking about. Suddenly, we have a shared understanding. That's the magic right there. And honestly, we do this all the time without even thinking about it. Someone says, "Hey, can you close the door?" They're not talking about any door in the world. They mean this door, right here in this room, or pass the salt. Obviously, they mean the one sitting right there on the table. See? Every single time, the word the is sending a little signal that says, hey, you know which one I mean. Okay, so once you get this main job, this pointing function, you'll start to see it absolutely everywhere. It's like a pattern you can't unsee. Native speakers use the in these really predictable ways, these little environments. So let's look at a few, because these are phrases you can literally just grab and start using right away. So take a look at these. You see it all the time with time and sequences, right? The first year, the next day, the end. It's also used for these big ideas that we all share. There's only one sun, one world, so we say the sun, the world. And of course, you see it in a lot of names, like the United States. Now, these aren't just random grammar rules you have to memorize. They all connect back to that one core idea. We're talking about a specific one that we both understand. Okay, this is probably the clearest example of all. It's a tiny little story. In the first sentence, I say, I saw a car outside. I'm introducing it for the first time. It's just some car. But then in the very next sentence, I say, the car was blue. Why the? Because now you know exactly which car I'm talking about, the one I just told you about. This is a classic learner mistake, but the logic is so simple when you see it this way. A introduces something new. The points back to it. It's like A opens a door and the lets you look back through it. So look, if you've always just thought of the as some annoying little grammar rule you have to memorize, it's time to change that thinking. It is so much more than just a word. It's actually a key piece of machinery in the English language. It's the mechanism we use to build a shared reality, to create that connection between two people who are talking. All right, so let's lock this in. If you want to really get this, there are three things to remember. First, it's absolutely central to the structure of English. You can't escape it. Second, its main job is to signal something specific that you and the listener both know about. And third, it shows up in these super predictable patterns that you can just learn as whole phrases. Honestly, if you forget
everything else from this, just remember this one thing. This should be the little rule that pops into your head whenever you're about to use it. Ask yourself, am I talking about just any one, or am I talking about the one, the specific one we can both picture in our heads?
And, this brings us full circle, right back to where we started. It's so tempting to go chasing after big, fancy, rare words because they sound impressive. But real fluency, real get things done mastery of a language, it comes from deeply understanding these small, powerful words that are like the skeleton holding the whole thing together. So I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on for your own learning journey. Are you just collecting words like stamps in a book? Or are you trying to master the tools, the really important tools, like the word the, that actually let you build a bridge from your mind to someone else's? Something to think about.